Hey everybody, wanted to do this unboxing of the Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress. See it still in the cellophane. I've got the camera as best I can on the box. I figure you guys want to see the stuff and not me. Get this thing unwrapped. On the back of the box, already awesome. Rulebook. 44 Citadel Miniatures, and these miniatures are no joke. You can see some close-ups at the Warhammer community site. What's most exciting, you're actually going to hear me talk a little bit about this on the show that's coming out this week also, but that is a Chaos Space Marine with a Thunderhammer. And he has rules for 40k in here. That's all these rules, or all these models actually have rules for Warhammer 40,000 in the box. But don't let that distract you from the fact that this is a board game. If you played the Silver Tower in those Warhammer Quest games, fun for lots of people that have never played a miniature battle game before. This is, I think it's going to follow a similar concept, be absolutely awesome. And they said they're going to support it for a long time to come. You see all the miniatures back here. You can see them on the community site. Let's get right into it. Oh, apologize for that. Oh, okay. Continuing with the line of colored plastic. This is, that's the Navigator. There's the pelt for the Rogue Trader. That guy with his, God, look how absolutely awesome these guys look. There's the Rattling Twins on there. The Rattling Twins have some neat rules. Look at that sick rapier. These are all push-fit models. The push-fit models go together without any glue, as you know. If you are going to try to assemble them with glue, make sure that you're very careful with that, because the glue can sometimes keep the plastic from joining as tight as it can be. So be prepared. That's something to watch out for. Here is more, I guess, the red. They've got the color plastic. The red here it must be the good guys. There's the Beltane Ranger. There's parts for the Imperial Robot. The Imperial Robot has its own faction. How cool is that? I don't know if that's a sign of things to come. There's that Flamer, I guess, from one of the priests. And then here's some parts from the new priest that for the IG. He actually has the Astra Militarum, or what's the not Astra Militarum, but the things that don't violate your detachment rules for Astra Militarum in that book, the Ministorum or what have you. Kroot guy right there, pretty freaking cool. Oh, there's the man. There's that Chaos Thunderhammer. This is exciting. I mean, we haven't seen a new Chaos Space Marine model in a while. I think if you don't count Cypher and some of, well, I don't know if people do actually count Cypher as a Chaos Space Marine model. I'm not trying to start that debate, but he has a plasma pistol, so you know that he is supposed to be somebody awesome, and then a Thunderhammer, which is something we don't see. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that may be the first Thunderhammer on a Chaos Space Marine we've ever seen. Look at these guys. There's all the Beastmen. I think those are some Drukhari enemies there. There's a body for that. Some Renegade Guard. And then there's that. They would have made a perfect Malefic Lord, but I think he's a rogue psyker in this. There's a body, the push fit. You see they come on these slats to go into the bases. That was like got to be a Renegade Guard. And then there are the drones. The drones, you'll hear on the show, but they're unaligned. I think they're kind of going to be things that are specific to the fortress that don't have a faction, which is neat. That's something they can expand on. I kind of like it. You know, being a Robotech fan, I kind of equate the Blackstone Fortress to the Robotech factories that would jump around all through the galaxy, and people would come upon them and find them or whatever, and they'd have their own things going on inside because they're so ancient. But whatever, not to get us off on a subject about talking about Robotech, but you know I love it. More Renegade Guard. There's another Rogue Psyker, the awesome Chaos Glyph there. I would definitely be careful when you are opening that. There are some more drones on this one. The drones are smaller. I mean, I know we've seen the pictures by now, but the drones, that's it. Once you put that piece on there, it's not as tall as I thought it was going to be from the original pictures. But still, you know, I mean, they look really neat. That's going to be a very difficult thing to pull off with the painting, but looking forward to try. And there's a couple of Chaos Space Marines. Again, I don't think if you didn't know that these are brand new Chaos Space Marines, I'm not sure that you would know that, because it's been so forever since we've actually looked at Chaos Space Marines. But I think this is going to be a cool sign of things to come, maybe, especially even if it's only within the Blackstone Fortress. Look at that. A little bit of ding there in the art, but you know, as a promotional piece, you know, whatever. This is very cool. There's that guy with his awesome pelt. And the robot is his rapier has a neg 4 AP. Now he's going to be swinging it with just a strength 3, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, encounter cards. Very similar. I'm sure that you flip these over and it gives you almost like a choose your own adventure thing. What we didn't, or I didn't point out on the back of the box, you can play this single player. It's 1 to 5 players. Should take around 2 to 3 hours to play. I don't know how that affects a single player game. If you're playing it by yourself, maybe you go faster, maybe you go slower. You know, I'm not sure. The encounter cards, exploration cards. There's something that says combat. I think it shows you how the board should be laid out. Can open up these cards a little bit later on. Oh, here's the good stuff right here. The Stronghold Artifact. Now, with these, I don't know if there are multiple card types in each pack. Oh yeah, here we go. Blackstone Fortress Resource and Stronghold Artifact cards. And then this is the encounter cards, and then these are the exploration cards. Okay, so there we go. Resource and Stronghold Artifact cards. 1 pack. I'll maybe try to get some measurements if people want to sleeve these up. I know that some people do choose to sleeve all their cards. All the bases. Looks like they got the slots in there. And looks like a few of them have places where you can maybe put some other decorative elements. I don't know what those are supposed to be. It may not come through in the camera, but it looks like there's a place to maybe drill out for a hole or something. There's a couple of, oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, there's if you can see it, there's a hole in that base, probably for some decorative piece or whatever that may be on the sprues. Here we go. Legacy, Discovery, Mortis, and Stronghold cards. Chaos Beastmen. Yeah, neat. New threat. Cool. I guess some random elements. What are these? These are the initiative cards. I think there's a track that maybe we'll get to here that shows like who's supposed to be going when and where to keep track of, and then here's their tokens for that. Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress. Hidden Vault Envelope. Do not open until the Hidden Vault quest has been completed. I am sure that people are going to open that, but I'm not. This is a sealed envelope. Pretty darn cool. I will not be opening this until I get my first playthrough. Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress. And then Hidden Vault Envelope. I really want to open this thing. I'm not, though. Man. Blackstone Fortress Sample Chapter. This is pretty cool. This was in Speed Freaks, too. Get a little sample chapter to kind of whet your appetite, give you a little bit of idea of what's happening in the lore. Really neat they're including that. I mean, I know it's a promotional piece, but if you were curious about what the novels were like and, you know, you've been hesitant to jump in there because there are a lot of novels you don't know where to, this might give you some tips on where to get into. The rules, says read this first. Looks like there are several books in here. Yeah, there's going to be the assembly guide, and there are probably the rules for, well, we can open this up. I would imagine that, yeah, so there's the Blackstone Fortress rules. Combat, read this when combat occurs. Data sheets for use in games of Warhammer 40,000. The Precipice, read when you return to Precipice. Story for the Blackstone Fortress. Pretty cool. I guess that's the campaign guide. And then there's the assembly stuff showing you how to put everything together. It is push fit, so it shouldn't be that difficult. But remember, when you're assembling it and when you're cutting it out, especially if it's your first time doing models, be very careful. Some of the model pieces and elements look a little delicate, like the legs of these things, and then the glyphs from the Rogue Psychers. I would be extra special careful when you are removing them from the sprues. Ooh, these dice. Oh, these dice look very alien. I love getting new dice. So I will keep these in the box And obviously, I mean, the D6s, yeah, but I mean, in obviously the specialty dice, because these have like symbols. Some of them have blanks, some of them have arrows. It'd be kind of cool to see what that's about. There is an 8-sider with some different things on there. A 20-sider. It is not a spin down die. It is just a roll. There's two 12-siders, 2 8-sideds, specialty dice, a couple of 6-siders with specialty marks on them, and then a handful of regular D6 dice. Of course, we'll have to roll them to see if they're hot 6s. Oh, well, look at that. Little bags to keep your stuff in. That's pretty neat. That's some pretty forward thinking, I think, on these guys. They're decorated. Pretty neat, and you'll be able to keep all your tokens and stuff in there. You don't get those in a lot of games. You don't get these bags in a lot of games. That is pretty cool to see that they have included them here, because this is a frustration after you unclip and unpunch all the games. What do you do with the stuff? Well, there you go. Don't even have to think about it. Now, these are the character cards. If you played the Silver Tower, I have to imagine this is pretty much the same. Look at this. I guess that's what you're going to do with those dice and the marks. They have marks here, arrows pointing one way or the other. And the way it was in Silver Tower is you would roll and then put your dice out here, and you would burn them to do things. So I have to imagine that is the same case. And it looks like here's the back of Obsidious Malek's Chaos Lord. All a bunch of stuff that he can do. And I would have to imagine they all have something on the backs. These are the tiles for the map. Oh, there's some more bags. Hey, you're going to have places to put your stuff right in the box. Pretty cool. All the tokens. These, I don't know for sure. I haven't read the rules yet. But I think these are things that you can encounter. Like you play these out, and you may encounter to do some trade. So you're not just a dungeon grind going through the thing. You actually can encounter outside forces, NPCs or whatever, that do something for you. Yeah, Commerce Lounge, Labyrinth Decryptor. These all say something along the lines of, well, not all of them, but several of them say, roll the Blackstone dice. So those must be referring to the specialty dice. And then there are all the punch cards. You punch them out. It's going to be your board that you move around on. Man, that is a lot of stuff. It kind of goes out, but it all fit in that small box. It's got the same box shelf dimensions to it, so it should fit right into a game store shelf. Man, this is calling me. I know other people are going to open it. I'm sure they're all the same, but it would be kind of cool if there were different things. I don't want to open it though. I want to keep the surprise. So no spoilers here on that. But I am looking forward to putting these miniatures together, and we go a little bit over it on the podcast that'll be going up around the same time as this, where we talk a little bit about the stats. I did not have them in front of me at the time of that recording, so it's a little light, but expect that coming forward on future episodes or even things right here on YouTube. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and let me know what y'all are thinking about this game. If you've got people that are excited about it that don't currently play 40K, I'd love to hear it. We'll speak again soon, guys. Have a good one.